Why your clubs are on a Speechcraft workshop. Today's agenda, we're going to be giving a brief overview of Speechcraft in case you haven't heard of Speechcraft before or if you're not very familiar with it. Then we'll be talking about how Speechcraft increases membership. Then we'll be discussing how Speechcraft improves your club's quality. Lastly, we'll be talking about how Speechcraft improves member retention. Speechcraft is a 4 to 8 week workshop that is put on by Toastmasters International. Individual clubs will run it for a number of reasons. It teaches the fundamentals of public speaking. You're essentially going over the first few projects in your Competent Communicator manual while also discussing the various roles within a Toastmasters club. You start out with week 1, it's all educational. All the experienced Toastmasters members will explain what Toastmasters is all about and what the program is all about. Week 2, the members will give icebreaker speeches. Week 3, things like organizing the speech. Eventually, they'll be doing table topics and evaluating each other, and by the end of the workshop, they're pretty much running the meeting. It's great for new Toastmasters or non-Toastmasters. If you are a brand new Toastmaster, it's a really great way to onboard to the Toastmasters experience. And if you're a non-Toastmaster, it teaches you public speaking. A lot of times, the Speechcraft workshop is put on just to give people the fundamentals of public speaking, and it has nothing to do with trying to build your membership. But most of the time, it's about a membership drive, trying to increase your membership. Speechcraft increases membership. Right down here, if you notice, there's a handout. Speechcraft, according to Toastmasters International, is your club's #1 membership building tool. So if you're in a club that maybe says, we should increase our membership, #1 tool, according to Toastmasters International, is Speechcraft. Speechcraft actually gives a set time of when to visit. Now, that might sound a little weird to make that out as a point, but a lot of people will say, how many times have you heard this? Oh, I've heard of Toastmasters. I keep meaning to check it out. Or, I'm not really sure when I should go or where, whatever it is. This actually says, hey, this club nearby is going to be giving a Speechcraft soon. Now's the time to join. They start next month. I'm going to go. So it really puts the impetus on a prospective member to check the club out. It entices people to visit and join. It gives them extra incentive. Like, wow, wait a minute. They're not just your typical ordinary Toastmasters club. They give really cool workshops like this. So instead of just going through your normal meeting, you say, hey, we're going to cater to the brand new people. We're going to get them up to speed. And it's an enjoyable experience. It's an enjoyable experience because you get onboarded quickly, you learn a lot really quickly, and your education takes off a lot more quickly than you typically would when you join a Toastmasters club. Speechcraft improves club quality. New members are onboarded quickly. A lot of times, new members join, they kind of get rolled in after a very long period of time. It takes a long time for them to really get going. A lot of times they get kind of exhausted or they're not really paying much attention. They just don't feel very invested. This way they get onboarded quickly and they don't feel lost. They feel like they've really been brought up to speed. Speechcraft gives leadership practice for the established members. It helps build stronger leaders of the people who are already in the club. They have to figure out, how are we going to mentor people? How are we going to get them motivated? How are we going to teach them? And a lot of times the new people have questions that you've never thought of or asked yourself. And you go and you research what it is, or you ask the leaders in your club or your area director, whatever it is. So it actually builds stronger leaders and helps you and your club figure out how to have really good, high-quality club meetings. And of course, it creates better mentors. This is really important when you think about it, because when you have stronger leaders and better mentors, overall, the club is just a much stronger club. And the new members are really engrossed a lot more quickly. Speechcraft improves retention. Retention is a very overlooked aspect of club membership. Retaining is easier than finding new members. Who would be the most likely person to be a member of your club? People who are already in your club, people who were in your club, as opposed to trying to find new members. Of course, you should always be trying to do that, but it's easier to retain the people you already have. But it's a very overlooked thing where people aren't thinking about, how do we make sure that the people in our club are happy with what we're doing so that they stay? Improving retention keeps membership high, because if you're never going down, you can only go up. So if everyone wants to stay in the club, if everybody is getting a lot of value out of it, and everybody's improving and meeting their goals, people stay in the club. Most likely person to quit is the person that just joined. Why? Because they aren't seeing the value, they're not engaged, things like that. Speechcraft will get them engaged very early, get them speaking very early, and it will show them their progress very quickly in just a few weeks, since they're going to be given more and more and more responsibility as the club continues, and they're going to be mentored each and every individual week. They're going to see a lot of progress very quickly. In just a month or two, depending on how frequently you have these sessions and how long these sessions go, 4 weeks, 6 weeks, 8 weeks, they will be able to see a lot of progress. In conclusion, Speechcraft increases membership. It gives people a reason to join your club, it sets a time frame, and people who go through Speechcraft are likely to convert to full-time members. Speechcraft improves club quality. It makes those new members stronger members, and it makes the current members better leaders and better mentors. And Speechcraft improves member retention because the new members are now very engaged and very interested in staying in the club. So, in conclusion, everybody, if you are looking to improve membership in your club and increase your membership retention and improve your club quality, you should run a Speechcraft workshop. Mr. Toastmaster.